Good day, everyone. This is Jenny's Fashion Channel. Thanks to all my amazing fans and subscribers. This channel is all about leveling up on your fashion designing skill. And today, I'm going to teach you how to call this stylish princess that Bustier. So if it is what you're all about, you are definitely at the right place. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, now will be a very good time for you to smash on the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. Without further ado, let's jump right in, shall we? This pattern paper is on fold. So the first thing is to draw a line as my baseline. Then the next thing is to get my neck curve, and I'm going for a round neck. So I'm using 3 inches neck width and 3 inches neck depth. Then I will connect ladders. From this point, I'm going to go up by 1.5 inches diagonally. I will mark it and I'll connect these 3 points like so to get a perfect round curve. Then the next thing is to take my shoulder measurement, divide by 2. I will mark it, and from the shoulder point, I will come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I will mark it and connect it to the neck width like so. The next thing is to get my armhole line, and for me to get my armhole line, I'm going to take my bust measurement, divide by 6 plus 1.5 inches. I will mark and connect like this. Then I will draw a line across it as my chest line. Then the next thing is to get my armhole curve. So I'm going to get the midpoint of this armhole line. I will mark it. Then I will go in from that point by 1/2 inch. I will mark it. And on the chest line, I'm going to take my bust measurement, divide by 4. I will mark it on the chest line and I will connect these 3 points to get a perfect armhole curve. Then I'm going to add 1/2 inch joining allowance on the shoulder line. I will mark and connect like that. Then I will come down by 10 inches for my bust line. I will mark and draw the line. Then the next thing is to get the under bust line. So I'm going to come down by 3.5 inches from the bust line. But if you're of a smaller size, you come down by 3 inches. If you're of a bigger size, you come down by 4 inches. I will mark and draw the line. Then I will come down by 16.5 inches for my half cut and add 1/2 inch for joining allowance. I will mark and draw the lines. Then I will take my nipple to nipple measurement, divide by 2. And the nipple to nipple measurement I'm working with is 7 inches, divide by 2, 3.5 inches. And I will add 1/2 inch joining allowance. It will give me 4 inches. I will mark it. Then on the under bust line, I'm going to minus 1/2 inch from that 4 inches, okay, that I got on the bust line. It will give me 3.5 inches. I will mark it on the under bust line, half cut line, and joining allowance line like so. Then I will connect others. Then the next thing is to get the under bust dart. So I'm going to come out by 2 inches because I'm of a medium size, okay? But if you're of a small size, as if your bust size is from 36 inches down, you come out by 1.5 inches. If it is from 45 inches up, you come out by 2.5 inches. I will mark it. Then I will come down by 1 inch from the bust point. This is to remove any form of pointiness on the bust area. I will mark and connect to the under bust dart like so. Then I'll connect the under bust dart straight down to the joining allowance line. Then the next thing is to get where the princess dart will fall. So I'm going to measure this my armhole curve. So after measuring, I got about 9 inches. So I'm going to get the midpoint of 9 inches. I will mark it and connect it to the bust point like so. Then from this my armhole point, I'm going to go up by 1/2 inch and go down by 1/2 inch to form a dart. Then I will connect to the bust points like so. Then I'm going to extend this line by 1 inch dart intake, okay? That will mark it. Then on the chest line, I'm going to add additional 1 inch, okay, like so. Then I will connect to form a new armhole curve. Because if you don't do that and cut, the armhole curves will not align. Then I'll go ahead and take my horizontal measurement on the chest line. I will just add additional 2 inches for joining allowance. Then on the bust line, I'm going to take my bust measurement divide by 4. Then I'm going to add 2 inches for same allowance. I will mark it. On the under bust line, I'm going to take my under bust measurement divide by 4. I'm going to replace that intake here plus 2 inches for joining allowance. I will mark it. Then on the half cut line, I'm going to take my waist measurement divide by 4. I'm going to replace that intake here plus 2 inches for joining allowance. I will mark it and mark the same thing on the joining allowance line like so. Then I'll go ahead and connect all the markings to serve as a guide for cutting. So guys, that's it. I'll go ahead and cut. After cutting, I will now put this stylish design you can see there. Follow me closely. Let's cut. So guys, that's it. We'll now go ahead and create this design. This is where your power of creativity comes in. Feel free to create a design. I'll go ahead and cut to create the design you can see on these drawings. So guys, this is it. You can see how perfect it came out. We now move over to the back panel. The first thing is to draw a line as my baseline. Then I will take out 1.5 inches for my zipper. You can use 1 inch. I will draw the line. Then I will take my shoulder measurement. I will mark it. Then I will come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Then for the neck curve, I'm using 3 inches for my neck width and 1.5 inches for my neck depth. I will connect and curve like this. Then I will connect the neck width to the shoulder slope. Then I will come down by 7.1 inches for my armhole length. Then I will connect like so. And I will draw a line from this point as my chest line. I will add half an inch on the shoulder line for joining allowance and I will connect like so. I will come down by 10.5 inches for my bust line. I will mark and draw the line. I will come down by 16.5 inches for my half cut and I will add half an inch for joining allowance. I will mark and draw the lines. Then I will take my nipple to nipple measurement divide by 2. It will give me 3.5 inches. I will mark it on the bust line. Then I will connect straight down like so. Then I'm going to extend this my bust point by 1 inch like so. And I will go in by half an inch and go out by half an inch to form a dart. And I'll connect like so. And the next thing is to get the armhole curve. So I'm going to get the midpoint of this armhole line. I will mark it. On the chest line, I will take my bust measurement divide by 4. I will mark it and I will connect like so. I'll add 2 inches joining allowance on the chest line. Then on the bust line, I will take my bust measurement divide by 4 plus 2 inches joining allowance. I will mark it. On the waistline, I'm going to take my waist measurement divide by 4 plus 2 inches for joining allowance. I will replace this dart here. I will mark it. And I will mark the same thing on the joining allowance line. And I will connect the points like so. Then on the waistline, I'm going to go in by half an inch. This is to remove any form of bulginess on the waist area. And I will connect like so. Then for the zipper, I'm using 1.5 inches for my zipper allowance. And I will start taking my zipper allowance from the half inch I went in with on the waist area. And I'll carry on like so. Then I'll connect. This is it for the back panel. Then for the turtleneck, I'm going to take the neck crank curve measurement. Okay, for the front panel, I have about 10 inches there. Then for the back panel, I have about 7 inches. So altogether, I have 17 inches. But I'm going to add 2 inches joining allowance. So I'll be using 19 inches to cut out my cape. Okay. I've gone ahead to cut out my pattern using the measurement. Okay. I'm working with 19 inches and this my pattern paper is on fold. So while on fold, I supposed to have 9.5 inches. So that's what I have there. The first thing is to draw a line like so as my baseline. Then from this point, that's the midpoint, I'm going to go down by 1/2 inch. I will mark and connect back to the baseline like so. Then for the cape depth, I'm using 2.5 inches. So I will start taking my measurement from the midpoint. From the 1/2 inch I went in with, I will carry on like so. Then I will connect my markings like so. Then I'm going to add 1/2 inch joining allowance on this point. I will also add 1/2 inch joining allowance here. I will start taking my measurement from that 1/2 inch I went in with, and I will go on ladders. Then I will connect all the markings. This part is the part that will be joining to the dress. I will now cut. In joining the cape to the dress, I will hem in 1/2 inch like so. One piece of the cape under the dress and the other on top of the dress. I will stitch the two sides starting from the center, okay? Then after stitching to the dress, I'm going to hem in 1/2 inch. This one up, I'm going to hem it in, okay, to close it up. But before closing it up, I'm going to fold 1/2 inch like so, okay? At the tip of the cape, I'm going to fold 1/2 inch and I'm going to stitch it up. So this is all I have for you for today. If you find this tutorial helpful, please subscribe, comment, like, and share. See you in my next video. Bye.